Hey in there. Hold on. Can we not hear anything? Okay, I think that fixed it. Orpheus. No. Wait. Is it IA or AI? Gaius Gonzalez. Close enough. Alright. Triumph of Heaven. No. Much better. Much better. The God King has fallen. The Empire is in despair. Brother fights against brother as the ruinous cults sweep through the stars. The very fabric of reality trembles before the onslaught of demonic swarms. Deep within the Imperial core worlds, one final hope exists: to rekindle the flames within the vault of souls. To the Empire, you are a blasphemer. To the cults, you are a heretic. Trust no one. Let none stop you from bringing the renegades of this forsaken realm to their destined annihilation. You prepare for subspace translation. Okay, what do we got? Get a gun guy and an engine guy. I think that makes sense. Alright, we'll attack the raiders, obviously. Okay, hold on. Change one thing. Okay, maybe that'll be better. So we're gonna do for that shield right there. You hit their gun guy. Actually, they don't have a gun for us. Let's kill their captain. Okay. They should have 0 chance to dodge. Let's hit them with the W there. Perfect. The enemy starship's innards have been exposed to the void in grisly fashion. You pick it clean of useful material. An Imperial reinforcement fleet arrives and begins engaging you. You escape, but not without suffering hull damage. Never, ever refuse an opportunity to fight. It's a nice ship you have there. Alright, boys. You, door. Are they loading up into I think they are. Let's see. I kind of want to take out these sensors so I can see what's going on. Okay, that's not great. Shield's gotta go. The blast sends the ship's contents hurling in all directions. You gotta go to the shrine, very important. You arrive at an old imperial shrine. Its structure is worn, but its solemn presence commands respect. Pledge yourself to the imperial cult. You swear fealty and devotion to the imperial cult. A radiant warmth floods your veins, like the embrace of the sun itself, igniting your faith with renewed strength. Imperial Shrine activated. Not sure what that's gonna do. Can we upgrade our stuff? We can. Let's see what's here. I think I would like more crew. There's a mercenary broker here. It is always important to have a solid crew at your back. We have a set of mercenary contracts on offer. Would you like to see them? Oh yeah, definitely. Are you also journeying forward? I have encountered others like you, but they never return. Okay. Immune to fire, double damage in rooms on fire. That might be useful. I think we're going to take a marshal. I feel like we're going to need it. I'll leave you in the doors for now. Let's save crew stations. Can we upgrade our shields one? Just so if we do take damage on our shields, we still should be able to live a little. Shipyard. Your sensors pick up a techno-cult vessel. It is pursued by an Imperial starship. Sure. Free fight? Totally. Alright. Okay, that was timed pretty well. You know what? The enemy crew has been killed. You search through their remains and find a few useful items. The technocult ship suddenly erupts in a ball of strangely colored fire. Even as the explosion subsides, there still seems to be a strange haziness around the tumbling wreckage. Investigate. You feel an increasing sense of nausea as your instruments start showing abnormal outputs. Alarms blare as intruders are detected aboard. Whatever energy is causing the phenomenon have now dissipated. You scan the wreckage for salvage. is that? Improvements in metallurgy have allowed the original design of the fuselage to be scaled up for improved effects. Okay. It says it needs 3 power. You arrive at your destination in front of a damaged Imperial warship. It immediately target locks your ship and opens fire. And that's good. We got one of them out of there. The ship is torn apart, revealing the contents inside. Only a portion of it can be recovered. Pyroform, extinguish all fire. Just give me the scrap. Oh, I actually need 1 more power. It's okay. An abandoned shipyard floats into view. It appears to be a safe place to rest. Construct a machine slave, scavenge munitions, heal your injuries. Repair 10 hull points. You better do this. You scavenge the shipyard for corpses and manage to cobble together a functioning husk. Can he man the instruments? He can. Perfect. We have the perfect crew. Your ship exits subspace and finds itself in front of a sprawling technocult shrine. Explore, obviously. Your sensors pick up the presence of a hostile ship nearby. It belongs to a rival technocult sect that seeks to claim the shrine for themselves. That's just not gonna work for me, is it? Let's turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that on. I don't know if this is going to be worth it, but I want to see what my new gun does. I think they have a beam and like a heavy gun here. So let's see. Q there. Okay, perfect. You retrieve a few intact cargo containers from the remains. You resume your search of the shrine, but find nothing of value. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think this is a much better gun than the other one. There's a defunct Starship armament production facility here. It could be reactivated, but we don't have the required chemical fuels. The facility is of no use to you. You move on. Probably would be of use, but... You happen across an Imperial vessel on a courier mission. They issue a chain of broken and incoherent transmissions shortly before opening fire. And just throw those over there. And can we turn auto fire on W? Oh wait, hold on. Actually though, I might... You two... The enemy crew has been killed. You search through the remains and find a few useful items. With the enemy crew eliminated, you waste no time in retrieving the vaults aboard their ship. Alright, everybody back to their stations. We didn't take too much damage there. I feel like I want sensors more than anything else. Still don't have anybody on shields, but why would I want that? Merchant, ordnance expert. You arrive at what appears to be the base of a small smuggling operation. Let's talk to them real quick. Once I was captured by cultists and found myself prisoner inside the chromic manufacturing plant. The ceaseless clang of industry and the thunderous roar of ship engines still haunt my dreams. It's a realm fueled by pure, unbridled aggression. Like this? Is this what you were looking for? Gonna say the word hostility to me. The merchant ship tears apart. Several additional explosions go off as the munitions in their cargo ignite. Nearly everything of value is incinerated. You are only able to recover a small amount of scrap from the remains. You guy care? You are transitioning close to a backwater orbital colony when an artillery shot smashes into your skull. Shot originated from the colony's defense grid. Contact? The colonial governor offers his apologies. Raiders have been attacking the colony and carrying them off supplies. Your arrival coincided with the next expected raider attack. Yeah, sure, I'll defend you. Band of raider ships emerges from subspace. You challenge the largest among them to a duel. So what I'm gonna do is put that there. Just gonna... How many shields do they have? One layer. Believe my aim is this bad. The ship is torn apart, revealing the contents inside. Only a portion of it can be recovered. 15 damage. Husk. The destruction of their flagship has scattered the remnants of the Rainer band. Unfortunately, stray weapon fire from the engagement has wreaked havoc upon the orbital Hab colony. There's little more you can do but move on. It's okay. I don't really care about any of those people. You approach the subgate. Death cult. Desolate. I was gonna go all south, but this is a death cult. That means I can kill everybody here. You arrive at a sector besieged by the cult of death. Once hidden within the apothecaries and meta-guilds of imperial society, these craven individuals have shed all pretense and now openly proclaim their allegiance to the death god. A bone shrine, huh? Proximity warning sound as subspaced rift opens off your bow. The Death Cult starship materializes, its commander booming over the comms. The Endfather will not be denied his tithes. It's okay. I think you're gonna tax me. That's adorable. Damn. Okay, get out of there. I got double shields too. I'm gonna have to blast this shit out. Those shields are down. Spare us. We can give you what you want. Look here. Take this. Take it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Sure. I don't care about any of their petty bullshit. How you looking, Marshall? A great mass of human bones is visible ahead. As you move closer, you realize it is an abandoned medical outpost, so covered with human remains as to be nearly unrecognizable. The Death Cult warship guards the entrance. How many shields do they have? 2. Puts their guns down. Their shields. Death Cultist Psyker Commander. Much better, much better. Not much survives the blast. Only a small handful of supply canisters can be retrieved from the wreckage. With the enemy ship neutralized, you approach the grisly outpost and discover a shrine within. You hear the buzzing of flies, even though none are present. Okay, so I can't blow it up. 25, 45, it's, I'm not worried about oxygen. Your cartographic data indicates the presence of an Imperial munitions depot. As you approach, a Corsair starship suddenly drops out of subspace and begins firing at the depot. The workers of the depot broadcast a request for help. Intimidate the raiders, yes. You approach the raider vessel, your weapons charged. Alarmed at the bristling armament of your vessel, the raiders beat a hasty retreat. The depot hails you. They offer you one of their newly refurbished starship weaponry, in gratitude. What do we got here? Fuselage 1. It's everything I ever wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. Accuracy? What? What do you think you're playing with here? You arrive at the jump node just in time to see a death cult vessel land a crippling strike on another starship. The second starship also bears the heraldry of the death cults. The first vessel departs, leaving only the crippled starship drifting helplessly before you. Oh yeah, let's contact them. You attempt to contact the ship, however, its communications relay appears to be damaged. Furthermore, it is not as crippled as it initially appeared. It locks onto your ship and begins firing. I like stealing their stuff, so I think I can kill most of these guys pretty easily. Oh, out. In fact, since they're gonna do that, this is what I say we do. So with that, the explosion litters the surrounding space with wreckage. Some of it can be put to use. You sense a malefic presence. A possessed vessel is attacking you. Current power 4, okay. Okay, you're gonna have to get out of there, Husk. Back in. Okay, guns are down. The explosion leaves minimal salvageable material. Nonetheless, you recover what you can from the aftermath. Choose one. That weapon's base damage. Yes, give me that, whatever that is. It says double base damage for my first shot. So if I'm reading this right, that means that when we open with our initial bombardment, should I get another? Let's upgrade that. How are we looking at? 10 hull points is probably the best thing to do, because we're going pretty hostile here. While most of the shipyard's facilities have long been abandoned, a small handful are still functional. You use them to repair your hull. A technocult vessel idles near the jump point. Its crew of machine priests makes contact with you and asks you to escort them to a nearby penal colony. Apparently, they have business with one of the prisoners there. Agree to escort them. The coordinates have been added to your map. Perfect, that's where I was going to go anyways. An armed death cult transport takes you for a threat and opens fire. It's not very nice, is it? Ooh, that's pretty bad. It's bad. Ooh, it's bad. Okay. So we're gonna open with that. So obviously that has the highest damage potential ever. Okay, you get out of there right now. Okay, that just about destroyed everything but their guns. In fact, we're actually gonna... Energy spike detected in enemy engine room. They plan to escape. Okay. Let's unpower that. Because those two should power up faster. And then I'm gonna have both of you guys go in there. Despite the devastation, you managed to retrieve a few intact supply containers. Let's get everybody back to their stations. You're gonna have to repair that. Honestly, I think I just like the fuselage more. You arrive in system a short distance from the penal colony. The technopiece trailing behind you bristle with anticipation, having nearly reached their destination. Take heed, Commander. Our cognition engines have calculated a high probability of danger. The technopriest's warning proves correct as suddenly a pirate frigate drops into real space and begins firing at you. You maneuver your ship between the technopriests and the pirate frigate. As you engage the pirate frigate, your technopriest allies contact you, offering assistance. Accept their assistance, of course. The technopriest will confirm your request. Commander, we have deployed our combat husks to assist you. You know what? Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's turn this on. Load the crew up. We want to take him. Right here. The enemy crew has been killed. You search through the remains and find a few useful items. You arrive at the penal colony without further incident. The techno-priests are grateful for your service and offer a set of servo husks as payment. See, now that is great. Because that means that I don't know if these guys get levels or not. Where do I want this guy at? Probably in here, I guess. Wait, Sigma should be manning this station. That's Sigma's job. He's a Sigma male. Or he was a Sigma male. He doesn't really have male bits anymore. Half of his torso was gone when we found him, but, yeah. An ordnance expert. You arrive at what appears to be the base of a small smuggling operation. They wish to offload some of their goods. Let's talk. There are many accounts of great clashes between Adrocrene zealots and techno-cult machine priests. These battles would rage for weeks, leaving behind vast expanses littered with the burnt corpses of ravaged starships. What do we got here? 2 power. Okay, that's good, that's good. Oh, a Death Knight? No. Okay, let's see what they have to trade. With a name like a Death Knight, I feel like we don't need to know that. Carnivore Hatch. Prioritizes enemy crew and deals 140 to all machine priest units. Wow. Let's just repair maximum. Do I need any munitions? Probably not. Can I sell anything to him? 30 bucks. Do I need 30 bucks right now? Nah, it's okay. You approach the Stargate. Oh my god, we just went from the Death Cult, now we go to the Blood Cult. This is perfect. You drop back into real space, arriving at a sector controlled by the Cult of Blood, known for their vast knowledge of forbidden secrets, along with an unusual predilection? Along with an unusual predilection for torture, the followers of the Blood God are not to be trifled with. Okay, so there is a Blood God, which means that if I do decide to do another run, we know who to go for. A pirate vessel has spotted you. They are trying to use the nearby supergiant star to their advantage. Do they not? They must not know. It's okay. I will educate them. The enemy vessel suddenly breaks off its attack run. They are attempting to flee the battle. That's some bullshit. Okay, we'll need it in there and fix that shit. The explosion scatters debris in every direction. Enough remains intact to be worth salvaging. Can we upgrade our stuff? Yeah, with that and that. This is good because now I have a bolt cannon. You pass by a large number of cargo haulers loitering aimlessly. One of the haulers broadcasts a haranguing speech and is met with the wild cheers of other hauler captains. Let's investigate. A few corsairs arrive at the scheme just as they begin to scheme. let's just. A few corsairs arrive at the scene just as they begin to receive cargo from the haulers. Several Imperial ships drop out of subspace and ambush the corsairs. The corsairs are caught by surprise and annihilated. You leave before the Imperials can turn their attention to you. It's too bad. I wanted to fight. You look up to see a possessed warship heading in your direction, weapons armed. Dark energy slides off its hull as it advances. Its command throne must have been tainted by an infernal entity. You prepare to fight. Oh shit, everybody back to stations? What are we looking at? A 4-power shield? Okay. What do we got? A couple of fleshlings? Have you ever seen a man so fucked? I don't have a missile bay. A few supply containers survive the blast. You're able to retrieve one of them before the rest are lost to the void. Scrap metal. Definitely. Because a couple more bars of power, I'll be able to put that beam on. One more than that, and I can swap this beam out for another bolt cannon, probably. Do I have any other concerns? I mean, I do feel like I should spread some upgrades around just for the sake of our longevity here. Crew contracts, I don't think I really need any crew, but they do have equipment. Your ship arrives at the next jump node. In the distance, you notice a vast crimson altar. Investigate. Your multi-specs pick up a faint life signature coming from within. As you approach, you see a wounded cultist lying on the ground, clutching a bleeding wound. He begs for help. Help, of course. Treat him using what basic medical supplies you have. He manages to make a full recovery. You agree to drop the cultist off at the nearest outpost. He sends you the coordinates of a secret supply cache as a gesture of thanks. That probably could have gone really badly, but I don't really care. I don't think they'll kill me. Let's get some equipment. There's a mercenary broker here. It is always important to have a solid crew at your back. We have a set of mercenary contracts on offer. Would you like to see them? Start by talking. Are you also journeying forward? Okay, okay. Well, let's see what he's got. 20 armor. Immunity to suffocation. If we put that on that guy, he's immune to suffocation and fire. Couple of recruits. How much is that? 10? Oh, we definitely buy that. Probably the armor, too. Repair whatever you can. I think I need any munitions. I can give you the empty tool. Give you the extra armor. Probably use some modules. Transport vessel detected. Ooh. A technocult vessel is transporting an unusual cargo container. You attempt to conceal yourself within a dust cloud lest they see you as a threat. Unfortunately, you are unable to avoid detection. The machine priests quickly power up their weapons and move in to engage. Okay. Let's see, do they have anybody that's strong in this crew? They have an engineer and a bunch of husks? I think with a little bit of luck, we might be able to take these guys out without killing them. I'm actually going to send in the W. Wow, we missed. Okay, maybe they have a decent chance of me not murdering them here. Damn, dude. Okay, that got it. Enemy is charging warp drives, and we're not gonna... We're not gonna allow that to happen, are we? The enemy crew has been killed. You search through the remains and find a few useful items. You waste no time in retrieving the vaults aboard their ship. I don't know necessarily that that was worth all that effort. See what it is. Requires 1 power. Charge time 5. That's 1. Starts fights pre-charged. Charges per jump 2. Ignores shields, inflicts minor crew damage, slows crew. So it looks like it does damage. Can I upgrade like medical in any way? Doesn't look like it. Let's heal our injuries. Ion Storm. Crew Contract, Psychomancy. You exit subspace close to a large star. An Imperial warship, its guns ready, speeds towards you. Now let's close that. Throw down a W right there. And I say our Gravatic Lance should probably take out the weapons. Energy spike detected in engine room. They plan to escape. That's not really gonna work for them though, is it? I think that goes off now. The explosion litters the surrounding space with wreckage. Some of it can be put to use. 2 munitions, okay. The interference from the star is too intense to make out their transmission. One thing is clear. They have their cannons pointed at you with hostile intent. Oh wait, hold on. There's a... right there. Alright, let's see if these two can do some damage. The enemy crew's been killed. We search through and find whatever is useful. Recall crew. Open door. And warp out. A suspicious vessel opens comms. It's an independent trader. We have some items for sale. Would you like to inspect our wares? Sure. Admiral Vesuvian Hymas' fall from grace is a cautionary tale. Once a celebrated commander, he now serves the blood god Ioric, leading the Principality of Hymia into a dark and treacherous path. Okay, as neat as this is, it's hot fucking garbage. Summon a hound. Stygian worm. Cast a poisonous projectile. Wow. Summon Thrall. I feel like we're mostly good on all that stuff. Let's just get our repairs. Yeah, I think so, because more than most things, I just kind of want crew all together. Let's get an extra power bar. But we're not really using the attack sled. I'd only use it if I think there's an opportunity. I need 15 more right this second. Your ship exits subspace near a fiery supergiant star. Moments later, you receive a transmission. I'm gonna carve you up. Okay, the Corsair is probably the closest thing to something frightening on that entire ship. There is a whole ass room on fire right now. Okay, let's hit that there. Swarm at that. Don't need any of that missile jazz. Let's just get out of here before something catches on fire. You approach the Stargate. Bubonic Territories Technocult. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this. I have 1 point of flex energy, basically. Let's go to the bubonic. The bubonic territories were the result of 3 consecutive centuries of biochemical warfare waged by early human civilizations upon themselves. These barely habitable zones are now home to the champions of Gorgoth, the Lord of Death. Ooh. Proximity warning. Sound as a subspace rift opens off your bow. A Death Cult starship materializes, its commander booming over the comms. The Entfather will not be denied his tides. See, nobody taught them, though. Vexation is... Ooh. Okay, is alarming. These guys have a lot of DACA. You search through the remains and find a few useful items. We probably could have taken them in a fight, but the way I see it, I now have maximum DACA, which is very important. You encounter the remains of a starship. Its structure is crumbling and appears ready to destabilize at any moment. You distance yourself from the vessel and move on. You detect anomalous subspace fluctuations. They are emanating from a death cult vessel. Investigate. You see the cultist vessel you see the cultist vessel. You see the cultist vessel visibly distort as it is overtaken by an infernal intelligence. It turns to attack. There we go. Stun my main man? That's bullshit. They always have so much going on, but none of it ever seems to, like, actually do anything. Okay, there's W. We're gonna hit those shields. Throw E at the guns, and we're gonna throw R at guns. The shields as well, I guess. Yeah, they're gone. And it's gone. I don't know if I want my engines more. A distant flash illuminates your viewport as a small trading vessel enters real space and maneuvers into comm range. A well-dressed group of merchants appears on your feed. They wish to trade. The techno-priests have grown increasingly brazen since the local system defense forces took command. Rumor has it, they are even willing to confront warships now. And we're obviously selling that energy beam, even if it has higher damage potential. Missile bay. Yeah, I guess there's not really anything that I do need from any of these guys. Wow, that's sad. Death Cult ship emerges from an infernal miasma. It readies its weapons. I will feed you to the bloatfish. Okay. Okay, we are not good against corrosive gas. Okay, out. Drain my strength like that. Okay, that's going. Med bay. I'm just offended by all of this. Like, I don't even know where to shoot. I just want to shoot all of it. In the wake of the explosion, few useful items remain. You retrieve what you can from the aftermath. An abandoned shipyard floats into view. It appears to be a safe place to rest. Scavenge some munitions. I mean, I don't really seem to use them for anything, but... Submit before Gorgoth's putrescent might. Damn, boys, okay. First shot got off. Let's, make sure those shields are down, and then... Okay, good, their guns are in fact on fire. Okay. What are you doing, Husk? Accept our cargo and let us retreat. Yeah, of course. Wait. Am I allowed to just... We won't, but... Because this isn't that kind of run here, but... It's interesting. It looks like I can just betray the shit out of everybody. It's cool. So they do have a healing station. Did I not save that as your station? Okay. There's probably nothing that we can do with that shipyard. You come across a techno-cult vessel holding station over a large moon. It appears to be in the midst of conducting an excavation. We detect a subterranean Class 4 artifact. We are currently recalibrating the excavators to break through the final obstruction layers. Offer to assist. The machine's priest response is drowned out by an intense howling. Screams of demonic energy float up from the surface of the moon and impact the techno-cult vessel. Now possessed by an infernal intelligence, it turns to attack you. They've got cargo, though. Okay, hold on. So I guess the question is, how much damage do I think I need to do to get this? Yeah, I kind of wanted that, but... One pulverizer. To nearby enemy system on kill. Wow. I love it. Yeah. Let's get another power so that I can have better oxygen. Infernal energy detected. How am I not supposed to go for this? You immediately encounter an enemy vessel that is shrouded in dark energy. What in the zim-zam goddamn is that? Oh wait, hold on. What have we got for this? Okay, Q. W. E. R. Subspace maelstrom subsides. Please don't kill my husk. Okay, everybody back to work. Oh, hostile people. Very good, very good. Yes, yes. It would probably be defeatable, but I think that Necromancer can, like, summon a bunch of shit all at once, so... That's perfect. Won't hit the engines there. Have those two focus the guns. Guess this is the only location I can go to. Let's talk to him real quick. All about a Lorne ship throttling an entire raider horde from attacking a colony. Unfortunately, the raiders oh my fucking god. Okay. We're not even gonna. Immunity to suffocation does sound pretty good. I can either take another oxygen tank or a ceremonial sword. Let's take the sword because... Which one of these guys are you? Rema? Give me Rema. Now you get a sword. And I think that'll be useful. Probably. Transport vessel. Your sensors pick up a pair of Gorgothan transport ships impeded by a nearby gravity well and separated from their convoy. The first ship is carrying occult knowledge, while the other is loaded with arcane reagents. You consider launching an attack on one of the ships. On knowledge? It's literally just two dudes? There's no way. Right? There's like no way. You recover an intact psychogram from the remains. Teleport to a thrall and destroy it. So nobody has a psychic slot. So that was probably a silly choice. Are my people back or not? Oh, duh. Unpause the game, please. You approach the Stargate. Obviously, you go to the war cult. You arrive at the sector controlled by the war cult, also known as the Cult of Crom. Those few devotees of Crom who have not yet succumbed to the lunatic fury afflicting so many of their brethren are principally occupied with the manufacturing of weapons and with the prosecution of the larger war against the Empire. You cross paths with a supply-laden vessel of the war cult. Unwilling to yield the initiative, it targets your vessel and opens fire. What's funny is I could probably kill all those skeletons real easy. Man, we didn't do shit to Chaos Knight. We submit. Of course. That's perfect, because a Fusillade 1 is exactly what I needed to get rid of this stupid laser. Much better. This is so much better. Aim? What's that? What do I look like, some kind of pussy to you? You sense a malefic presence, possessed vessel is attacking you. It's okay, Marshall will take care of that. Tactical exoskeleton. Fiendish reagents. I don't think I need that. Give me this exoskeleton. So let's see, we got suffocation resistance, move speed, and HP. That's pretty good. Your ship translates back into real space. In front of you is a weapons manufacturing fleet left behind by the Chronic Warfleet. You search it, find a set of armor. This is huge because this now means that both of those dudes. Should I put armor on myself? Maybe I'll put armor on myself. Not because I don't value those guys. But, well, yeah, no, I mean, that's pretty much it. You receive a message from an orbital station. Its commandant informs you that the rebels on the planet below are staging a surface-to-orbit attack. The commandant is determined to avert disaster and wishes to execute a preemptive strike before they are attacked. Agree to help. The commandant transfers you the coordinates of the rebel artillery batteries. You commence your bombardment. Unfortunately, the harder shelters housing the batteries prove resistant to your weapon fire. You are unable to prevent the rebel artillery from firing. The barrage of cells obliterates the orbital set. Okay. Really don't want you to take damage, so... I'm surprised none of my weapons can get through it. I mean, I've got all these really, really powerful, imprecise weapons. Let's see what they have. The cult of Iraq seeks to state their insatiable thirst for blood. They often recruit privileged nobles who share their love for extreme violence and decadence. You know, obviously I'm selling that. And that. Oh, thank goodness. Finally, a module I actually can use. Probably should have gone for repairs now that I think about it. Probably equipment, right? Okay. That's going in. That's there. We're gonna... And we recover a fusion charge. Okay. Guess I'll take that myself. Multitude of wrecks in low orbit. Let's look for survivors or salvage wrecks. Let's salvage stuff. Repair my home points. Thank you. Let's just keep going south, maybe. Okay. Pirouetting. Whatever is of no interest. You rush to battle stations and you find yourself assailed by an unidentified warship. It is no longer under the control of a mortal crew, but instead possessed by a demonic will. Worse still, your intruder alarms begin to blare. Something has arrived on your ship. There doesn't seem to be anything here. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Can I suck the acid out into space? I can't. How banged up are we? I think we're okay. Rather than fleeing, it tries to engage us. I don't know, maybe we could win this fight? They do have 4 layers of freaking shields, though. Let's see if we can hurt this berserker a little bit. Just throw a Q there. W and E there. I feel like we just kind of pump points into engines now. Unless I can find a way to get more firepower. Investigate. Immortal King, save us. The brief transmission is cut off by a gurgle and the crunching of bones. The store ship is overrun by massive hound-like beasts. You detect fighting aboard the ship. Okay, let's power off this bolt cannon, turn that on, load the crew. Let's get in there and save this guy. Oh shit, they killed one of my main guys. Okay, well. For some reason, I thought I was going to be able to go in there and damage that hard. That went really poorly. Let's take this survivor, please, because I just lost one of the guys. He's an engineer. Merchant. I once had a heated debate with a chromic fanatic. Of course, I was not aware of his affiliation at the time. I would not have argued so forcefully had I known. Feel like I really need more damage. Let's just get out of here safely. As you approach an orbital outpost, you notice its defensive batteries are tracking your ship very closely. The station master comms opens. Do not approach any closer. We do not accept visitors anymore. The last one already did enough damage. We press onwards. Hey. We take that. Okay, let's make sure we approach the Stargate. Of course, we have to go to the Imperial Core Worlds. we probably want to head for that shipyard. You encounter an Imperial vessel. Judging by the scorch marks on its hull, it appears to have taken some damage. Before you can further assess the situation, the vessel arms its weapons and starts firing at you. Okay, I do see a marshal. Are these guys full enough? Okay, let's go into this. It says it's going to take 15 seconds for all that to come back. Okay, we took that out. Three, two... Do I need reinforcements? Let's send in reinforcements whether we need them or not. The enemy crew has been killed. You search through the remains and find a few useful items. Better take the extra power. You encounter a vessel. It's taken some damage. It starts firing at me. Okay, well, if I can't assess the situation completely for free, then... Oh shit. Get in that room, Marshal. Okay. Let's drain the room of oxygen, of course. Very, very old school strategy. Yeah, let's get everybody back to work. Okay, that was a decent first barrage. I guess we can't go until that door is fixed. I need more shields. Let's upgrade the doors. Ready yourselves, brothers. We shall exterminate these heathens in their own domain. We've got a marshal, a couple recruits. Okay, out of the room. Your strength is undeniable. Here, take our supplies and let us go. Of course I accept. You can give me that many supplies for free? Oh, if the extra shield is more useful than extra dodge. What are we talking about? 40% evasion? Yeah, let's just see if we can get an extra shield level. What would I get out of going to the shipyard right now? An extra man, some heals. Let's get the heals. Now, you know what? I changed my mind. What an extra machine husk. So that they can be responsible for manning the door and the marshal can live there now. You notice the burned-out husk of a cult warship. An Imperial ship emerges from behind its ravaged hull and immediately opens fire. Okay, that's not amazing. Let's get that engineer in there to help you fix that. Okay, ready? Q. W. Wait, I don't want W and E to risk going off first. Okay. Oh, E. And then R. Okay, what's that looking like? Yeah, there's too many guys on there for us to kill them all. Okay, we got all their scrap. Can't quite afford that last shield level. You encounter a vessel. Okay, wait, this is actually good. Load crew. I don't know if we necessarily completely win this, but there's a room that's on fire here. think I win this fight? Okay, maybe not. Oh. I don't even know how we destroyed it. Okay, well that was pretty good though.